8-time Olympic gold medalist Usain Bolt just had a little girl.
What? It took him this long? He's so fast in life, but then when it comes to baby, it took him a long time.
What's the name? I want to know what the name of the kid is.
Dopest name ever.
Is it Sparks?
This girl.
Usain Bolt.
Insane.
No.
Oh, because it's like bolt. Okay. Lightning
not
bolt?
wrong.
Lightning bolt?
No.
Lightning bolt.
Her name is Olympia Lightning Bolt.
Wow.
Oh, I was right again? Oh.
No, you weren't.
He said Lightning Bolt.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You said Sparkle.
No, that was first.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. Olympia Lightning.
Damn, that's
So she was
dope.
actually born back in May, but just recently he posted a photo of her and his girlfriend with the baby.
Oh, damn.
Oh, it's so cute. But everyone's like, damn, that's a name. Like, a name to live up to.
Olympia Lightning
Yeah.
Bolt.
That's
She
a
better be like
strong
the
name.
best athlete in the world.
That's what everyone's
What if
saying.
she's like the opposite?
Exactly, that's why I feel for this girl.
Just like a
I'm
super fat chick that's just
Yeah.
like, my name's Lightning Bolt.
That's like opposite.
Olympia.
Should call me Thunder.
Yeah, and
Oh
he's
no.
like, girl, dad. It's so cute.
I don't like that when they try to make the kid live up. Oh, you're not as good as your parents, and they just have to live in that
That's
The
why I'm
whole
like,
time.
especially all these
The whole time.
these
Their
kids
shadow.
of the basketball stars.
Like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, you're not as good as your dad. I'm like,
Yeah, but when it works out,
well, maybe
Or the
they
kid
just
could
wanna
also say, your dad's not as good as my dad either, motherfucker.
true, that's a good one.
I'd rather have my dad be Michael Jordan, your loser ass.
But also, it's hard to live up to a great. I don't know anyone that surpassed their dad or mom. And if their dad or mom is a great. You know what I mean? I don't know someone that they always live in the shadows of.
See, that's why I don't strive to be great. You know, Isaac,
Pass you up easily.
he has a pretty low bar to pass, you know?
I'm just like, just do whatever the fuck you want. Don't copy me.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
It's why the fuck do I need them to live up to my shit? It's
Why are you always looking at me, dude?
I don't know, just do your own
Why are you
shit.
so obsessed with me? Fuck.
That's the tough
Dad,
part
fucking
where if
change
you
my
are
diaper, dude.
if you are good at something though, you know how you can't shut up about it? Not just you, but anybody,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you might not even be thinking you're pressuring your kid to do it. But let's say Anthony, he's talking about fucking dance all goddamn day. His kid's all my dad ever does is talk about dance, so I gotta be a dancer too.
Well, I get the normal stuff like basketball and things, but
well, look, my dad was he was not just a Boy Scout. He was a Scout master. He started Boy Scouts.
What?
In terms of the troop out here, both
The
in Vietnam out here, the
Vietnamese Boy
Vietnamese
Scout.
Boy Scouts.
There was Vietnamese Boy Scouts?
Absolutely. So when I was in a Vietnamese Boy Scout troop out here when I was younger, I feel like everybody knew who I was because I was his son. And it was a tough shadow to be in, but I also believe that if I didn't live in his shadow, I would not have become as good as I did, because I was pressured to.
And you're still striving hard to be.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll never be as good at it as him, but because of that shadow, I was forced to try and be better than everyone else.
That's dope.
I had this mentality in my head where it's I felt the limelight and the pressure to have to be better than every other boy in that same.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be
program,
in your
you know?
DNA to have that that
Competitive nature?
Yeah, exactly. Because, for example, for me,
Sure, but you gotta have the environment too for that to
exactly.
activate,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Because for me, honestly, if I was Olympia, I'd be like, fucking, why even try? I'm never gonna
But
get
that's
to that.
environment though, because you even said that you used to be hella adventurous and hyperactive until environment brought you down.
True.
So then you might have been an athlete, or you might have. I don't know if it's quite DNA. I think I think a lot of it has to do with environment and cultural and upbringing and shit.
I knew a kid in high school whose dad was the wrestling coach there, and he was on the wrestling team, and I guess he lost this big match, and then the kid himself started crying because he felt bad that he couldn't live up to his dad's coaching.
That's so
Yeah.
sad.
That's natural. That's kind of natural, right?
Right, he's disappointing his team. Yeah, his team and his dad, and it was
His
just
dad is his coach and his dad, so it's double disappointment.
yeah.
Well, think about Kobe and Gigi, right? Rest in peace, but she was, do you really think that she was going to be the person who's going to change the WNBA
True.
if her father wasn't Kobe Bryant? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be a part of not just even the mama mentality, entire camp, but literally, and not even just the coaching, just the love of the game.
Basketball, yeah.
Right.
Well, that part, I mean, you could easily say, then what about his eldest? You know, she never liked basketball. She never wanted to be.
Which is what makes the conversation actually fine for somebody like Olympia
Olympia.
Lightning Bolt, right? Because it's like, oh, like how are they gonna live? It's like Kobe had an older daughter who didn't have to play basketball. It happens, right? It's just more the idea.
I don't think they can live up to his greatness.
True. I mean,
It's difficult. It's difficult. I'm just saying it's difficult to live up to the level of if you're in the same thing.
yeah.
Like it might be like Angelina Jolie, right? Like her parents were actors. I don't know if they were great actors. They're just not my era, right? But I think she surpassed them as far as I know from my era, right?
Yeah.
And then there are musicians, kids that do their own thing, and then like. You know, but I don't think they do the same thing. So if it was like a jazz musician and a jazz kid, I don't know if they'll make the mark in the same thing.
King Cole, Nat King Cole's daughter, like she did really good for herself. You know.
But she's not like a good
But
great.
is she Nat King Cole,
Because
right?
like the greats are also, they're also just called a great because they're greater than anyone else in the human race.
Yep.
So it's not even just the family. It's just there's no other human that has ever been this good.
That's true.
But if they apply that work ethic and talent or whatever they learned from their parents and then they go to a different field, I think that happens.
What is Michael
it's gotta
Jackson's
be
kids
the
doing?
other way as well too, though, right? Like Jim Carrey's dad was a comedian, right?
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he passed that. Right
Yeah, 'cause I don't
now,
know who the fuck his dad is. He smoked his dad.
true. Denzel Washington's son has a chance right now, even though Denzel Washington is great.
He has a chance.
I don't know if his
He
son
has
will
a
pass
kid?
him.
Yeah, he's in all kinds of movies and shit.
He's the new in Tenet.
Yeah, he's the new guy in Tenet. He was on Ballers, in HBO with The Rock. He was
Was it Black Klansman?
Malcolm Washington, or
That is
John
Malcolm?
David
John
Washington.
David Washington.
I also think if it's athletic compared to more of like a creative skill, you have more of a chance because athleticism is genetic and in your DNA.
Yeah.
So her first day, just because if she has like more of her dad's genes, her first day in PE, she might be smoking the fuck out of kids.
That's
already.
what some people, when they were writing, like the journalists, they were like, man, this newborn baby's probably faster than me already.
She might be like, I fucking suck at this.
Yeah, they'll always be in the shadow of their parentage, if you will, and
But they're
never
still
pass
good.
them. But they're gonna be better than everyone else in their
Yeah,
community.
they already have a
always.
leg
Honestly,
up.
it's hard to compare to because it was in that time there when like Usain Bolt is so great, but he has that lineage, right? She could probably grow up. She's never gonna be able to compete against him, right?
True.
Or say like he
But
had
there's
a
times.
But
This is like a 9
She could
second,
beat his record.
100 meter, whatever.
Can she change the game is what I'm saying. Because that's what makes someone great. Yeah, you're changing the
How
game,
did he change the game?
beating records and enormously. It's just no one could beat him. He's like all-time winning, like 8 gold medals. It's even hard to get one.
Right.
Yeah. It's like back to back to back to back, and like when you see him run to, and when he's like many steps ahead of everyone else. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's cool. That's like having a superpower.
That's
real, it
figurative.
really is.
His daughter is many
Back
steps
to the
ahead
superpowers.
than many people right now.
But I would say that the way humans develop a need to compete or want or whatever, I think it's highly dependent on how they find significance as a child. So for what that means is like, let's say if your dad is really into running, right? And then you get a positive reaction from him when you start running because they're like, oh my God, you're into what I'm into. And then you get attention. So then because of that, I think you strive for it. And then some people identify with being number one because that's how they get common ground for love. So then if you never had that from your parents, I don't know if it's, not everyone manifests competition and wanting to be good this way, but I think a lot of people at an early age, they develop the need to succeed and all that through this way.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think it's also with like, say a lot of these people that are the greats, they also come from like maybe nothing. You know, they don't have like something before them. They don't have a lot.
So it makes the story great,
It
right?
makes the story great. It makes
Even greater.
them. It gives them a reason to fight for something, right?
That's true. Because
Almost
then
like
right
they have no other
now,
option.
like how you look at, or how like a lot of people look at Kylie Jenner, for example. Like she's done a lot on her own, but then people don't really fully give her the credit because of the fact that she was already born into wealth. She was born into like having a leg up already.
Yeah, but even with not with the other people, some of these people that are like, yeah, they want it, but they don't have like. If you're gonna be a fighter, like a lot of these fighters, only like there's some outliers like Jordan St. Pierre and stuff that like they're not come from like super poverty or like that crazy like Jose
Aldo?
no Masvidal.
Jorge Masvidal?
Jorge Masvidal, he was the one fighting with the Kimbo Slice videos. He was fighting since back in the day. He came from the streets and like all the, like same thing with Conor McGregor. Like all these people.
Bart Kwan too,
like,
I think.
Who?
Bart Kwan.
I don't know that one.
No, we're talking about like
He's a has-been, Bart Kwan.
I don't think he was ever.
I thought it was
You gotta be something to be a has-been, though.
That's what I'm saying.
And he has no shadow to live up to, so his environment really.
Yeah.
You guys hate this.
have you seen his mom though? His mom was crazy.
Oh, his mom's crazy. His mom's great. It's hard as a passer. See?
Yeah.
Sure. Sorry.
What do you think? What do you think, Taika? Like, what kind of pressure is Taika's gonna grow up?
Dude,
around?
Gio's shadow is huge.
It's a big shout out. I'm in the shadow fucking. It's a big fucking shadow, dude.
Yeah, because already people are like, man, this kid's buff. He's gonna grow up being like insanely. Like, do you ever feel like you yourself are gonna somehow pressure him unknowingly, like to do
I don't-
something?
Do you feel that? Do you feel that Asian momness where you just identify, like, you know, stage moms, right?
Yeah.
They push the fucking kid because in reality, they don't got shit for themselves.
Or like they're living vicariously through that.
Yeah. A lot of Asian parents do that.
Yeah. No, I actually don't feel that because I think he's actually more competitive than I am. Like the amount that he can get riled up and he has to do something his way or whatever, he's already has like this energy of like you gotta get that shit out. So like I'm like, oh cool. Like I don't feel like, you know, like some dogs you have, like you open the door and like, do you wanna go outside and play? Come on, go outside and play, get some sun. And you gotta drag the fucking dog out and the dog's like, I still don't wanna go outside. He's the guy that's like, oh, get me out, let me get out there. So the minute you open the door, he's already out. So I don't think I have to motivate him to like go do things. I think I'm just trying to like really read into what he wants to do and I can like channel it in the right direction.
Or not even have to motivate him, but even just being like acknowledging that he likes something, for example. Like, do you feel like your inner like tigerness is gonna come out? You're gonna want to be like, now you have to be the best at this thing that you like.
Damn.
No, because I like basketball and he likes baseball and we play more baseball. So it's just like whatever he likes. So I don't go like, this is what I like. If he picks up a
No,
basketball,
that's not what I mean.
It'll be like subliminal though, right? It'll be like, dude, Taika, you do whatever you want. But then there's a giant flag behind him that says, dominate humbly. It's gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you need
yeah,
to
you
say
never know.
anything?
You also don't know. Yeah, you also don't know. But what were you saying?
Like based on what Tiff's saying, like say okay then he wants to do baseball. Are you gonna like be there to make sure that he's the best and try
Exactly,
to make him
that's
like
what I mean.
the strongest and everything?
Oh no, I don't care. It's just whatever he wants, and like for me, it's like I just don't want misplaced energy. So whatever his energy is at, if it's like, you know, like Cyclops, right? He fucking takes off the glasses. Like, I just want to make sure, oh, he likes baseball, then I'll channel all that laser into the baseball. And then I'll just let him get his own energy out there. After 5 years, he goes, I don't want baseball anymore. That's cool, let's fucking channel
What if
my
he
energy.
gets good? What if he's like top 3? He's like,
Oh, he's like borderline making it?
Yeah, he's
if
like
he's about to
borderline.
break through a threshold, I think I will push him so that he can get past that threshold because you're
Sure.
just so close. you
If
know?
he wants that.
If he wants it. Because then I also do believe if, you know, sometimes people don't know how close they are to the top of the mountain, and then being a parent, I also want to see him go, fuck, you were like an inch away from the top of Mount Everest and you came back down.
What if like Taika's like participating in like several sports, but he doesn't like them because he keeps losing in them? Would you insist that he should like still try to give it a go and try to at least win one game? Like what if he's
I
like
would.
highly competitive and he just lost one game? He's like, fuck it, I don't like this sport anymore just because I lost this one.
There are kids like
Yeah,
that.
there are kids like that.
No, I would, because that was one of the biggest lessons I learned where so when I was a brown belt in Kung Fu, that summer I went to Taiwan, I spent like 2 months there. You know, when you're a kid, like, you learn.
How old were you?
I forgot, but you forget shit as quickly as you learn it. So 2 months of not doing forms or anything, like I came back and I was supposed to go back to Kung Fu class. I remember crying at home, I don't wanna go. Because I don't remember anything anymore. I don't even know how to do a horse dance. And my mom's like, just go in, no pressure. Don't even wear your brown belt. You just go in the class, go in the white belt class. And in a week, I picked everything up. You know, like it just came back, and then eventually I got my red belt, and then I got my black belt, and then that was like one of the most proudest moments of my elementary life. So I'm like, oh shit.
You know what's interesting that I kind of struggle with myself is that when you are a parent, you want to use your own experiences to help your kid not make the same mistakes. But the part where we tend to forget is like, oh fuck, they're their own person.
They are their own
They're
person.
their own. They have their own perspective on life. They have their own emotions. They have their own world
Their own
to
logic,
deal
too.
with. Exactly. And so like and so when it comes to that, there is like a balance of inserting yourself to try to like guide them, but also understanding where they're at so you can guide them through their journey. So I'm like, fuck, that shit's hard.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Or it could be like our parents and be like, shut the fuck up and do it. All right.